Right, good morning, guys. It's a voiceover. You can see I've been busy here, so I was doing a bit of work in the garden, 3 or 4 hours. And as you know, I used to work as a gardener in in England, and I've worked in the forestry, and I've worked on quite a lot of farms in England. I've done a lot of labouring in England. Anyway, you can see I've got some string beans now. They've grown very, very big, but I've got a lot of black fly on these string beans. Dogs jumping and running around my new seedlings. So this is what I was doing yesterday. I put some new seedlings in, as you can see there. Tried to protect them from the chickens and the dogs. We just need some rain now. And as you see later on in the video, this is actually yesterday, but you see later on in the video, and it's the day after. So, that's what I was doing yesterday, all this. You can see, just to stop all the weeds coming up, and as you know, it feeds the garden, and later on, it can be dug in. So, I've told you before, we actually live on the old railway line, and this is where we are, and this is how they used to bring the sugarcane to the sugarcane mill, down the sugarcane. This road is the old sugarcane line, and you can see I've got a lot of lovely flowers, and I've mentioned before, every one of my flowers and plants are from cuttings or a stick and seeds. Even these plants here, what you can see, these snake plants, I've grown them from a leaf. Right, so that's how all my plants have been grown. So here we are on the railway line.
Good morning, everyone. You can see Amanda Holding. We're out to a shot of music. Right, all these volcanoes, boom, all these earthquakes. I actually wondered what the hell was going off here in the Philippines. As I mentioned before, what's going off, what's happening. And they're not much fun, these earthquakes. They're not much fun at all. And Jovelyn were actually online. I think she were searching it, and she were online. And by the sounds of it, you know about the fault line. You know all the countries around the world. You know about all the countries around the world. They're going to get it with mega earthquakes. Quite a good few of them, and a few of them, they're going to get them sooner or later. God bless. No fun. So I can see a sugarcane lorry coming. He's coming. Don't know what he's doing. Anyway, it's no big deal. I'll walk back in a minute because I've got dogs. Dogs will run back anyway. So, what's happening? Why all these earthquakes? I've been in Mercy, I've been in Philippines 3 times. I've been here over 3 years probably. I'm on overstay. Stuck here in the Philippines, can't get back to England. I'm not going to say can't get back home, I ain't got an home. Can't get back to England. Thanks for the support, guys. Fantastic. Very, very much appreciated. And it's a lifesaver. Right, when this lorry goes, I'll actually go down onto the field or into little mango forest out of the way. What's happening? Every Jovelyn actually clicked on it. Every 3 to 400 years, the fault line moves. This is causing all these earthquakes here in the Philippines. Japan, China, around the world. Looks like America's gonna get it. Somewhere there. I don't know if it's San Francisco, Jellystone Park, it's gonna get it sooner or later. Manila's gonna get it. And like I said, every 3 or 400 years, or every 350 to 400 years, it moves. So the fault line moves, and so these earthquakes. Just a minute. Oh, it's very, very close. Right, guys, I'm going to step aside because there's a big lorry coming in. He's got a big load on. I'll chat in a moment. Good morning. Morning. Hello.
Wait, got your light?
Yes. Morning. Wow. Quite bad there, look, see that big dip? So there's a big dip, and then big lorries, you know, these lorries, guys, have got a lot, they've got a lot of weight on them, you know, and that big dip. And there's another big dip just before they get to the house. Look at it. And that van behind, I think he does actually work with the sugar cane, but he's far too close. You know, if that sugar cane comes off the back, he's going to get a load of sugar cane on his vehicle. He's far too close. Yes, you know, he should be really back off, but that's it, look. Hard working sugar cane boys. Right, so that's the sugar cane boys at the back. Right. What was I chatting? So that's why we're getting all these earthquakes. You know, reason is we're getting all these earthquakes, as I've said, every 350, every 300 to 400 years. You just can't predict it, but you, so to speak. Now we see satellites, we always see satellites in the sky here at night. When we come home at night, it moves off over towards Bacolod City. So, and it looks like it's been monitoring the Canlahan volcano. Got a warning this morning. Canlahan, she's throwing ash out again, but she's always, you know, she really got live 2024. 2025, you know, she really got live, and she's causing quite a few problems with ash and one thing and another. So, you know, that's why every 400 years, let's just say every 300 or 400 years, that's why these earthquakes. And these earthquakes, if you've been in an earthquake, they're no damn fun, I can tell you that. And we got a little earthquake a couple of days back. It's on one of the videos. If you don't watch the videos, you won't know. And it was, but it weren't so bad. So that's why, you know, because I thought, I've been here all these years. I've never heard about earthquakes here in Philippines. You know, I've never ever heard about all these earthquakes, and we're getting all these earthquakes. I'm going to show you this all in a minute. You know, never heard about them. Well, that's why. The fault line's actually moving, and it's all around the world. This, guys, goes all the way around the world, this fault line. So, you know, and some of the fault lines are here on Negros Island. So, you know, and all over the Philippines. And that's why. So now we know why we're actually getting all these earthquakes. Hopefully, this camera's getting really bad. Hopefully, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, anyway, let me show you. That's where the lorry's just gone in, look. So that's where the lorry's come on here. And you'll have seen lorry go like that. Well, that's where it's gone, look, see? I mean, if I put this stick level across there, that's about a 3 foot drop. It's a good 2.5, 3 foot drop. So that's it, look. Need some rocks in there, to be honest. And this is actually an old railway line, guys. So that's what they used to do many years ago. I think in the 50s and 60s, and you know, up to about 20 years ago, this was a railway line for the sugar cane. So now we know, we're a little bit wiser with all these earthquakes. So that's why and you know, that's really good news. Every 3 or 400 years, that's why all these earthquakes occur. But is it over? Don't know. Is it over? Probably not, because, you know, I'm saying every 300 or 400 years these earthquakes occur. Now it looks like it's coming up to the 300 or 400 year mark, and all these earthquakes are here and they're happening, and it's devastating. And I'm not going to start chatting about what'll happen. We know what'll happen. It's an earthquake. We know what's going to happen. Let me just put my stick there. We know what'll happen. It's going to devastate. So, thing is it going to get worse? We don't know. Have we seen worst of it, and the worst of it's over? Well, hopefully we've seen the worst of the earthquakes, but I don't think we have. And we can predict, can't we? Because we know, like, we've got this knowledge. We've got quite a bit of knowledge now. So what do I think about it? Well, I actually think, you know, I think it's going to carry on for a while. And around the world, you just do not know what's happening. And an earthquake, like I said, it'll be a big surprise and a big shock, I suppose. But, you know, it is what it is. We're here on this planet, and if we get earthquakes, hopefully sooner or later, you know, everything's back to normal, so to speak. But we do know it's waiting. We do know there's quite a lot of these earthquakes. I would say, I'm no expert, so to speak, but within the next 50 years or so, could be next week, could be next week, could be next year, could be year after, certain places will actually get it that bad, it will actually flatten, and there will be mass chaos. But that's why, anyway, I just thought I'd explain and tell you my thoughts about these earthquakes. So that's why every 300 or 400 years. And you know about the plates moving. You know, if you check the previous videos, starting to rain, lovely. Right, absolutely fabulous. Guys, like I said, let me get my stick. That's basically it. You know, earthquakes. So we know they're here, and we know next 50 years, like I said, we don't know. We're going to get, you know, it's going to get, some places are just going to get flattened, let's be honest. They're not going to be there, are they? You know, hopefully it's not so bad, but we don't know, do we? Right, so, like I said, thank you very much for the support. You know, very, very much appreciated, a lifesaver. Now, an Alsatian German Shepherd. I know a guy that had a German Shepherd. And he gave it away. I don't know him. I know him, I've met him a few times. He used to have his own company. And he gave this German Shepherd away because it kept biting everyone. And this here day, I went to see a guy. And I went up to his house, to this guy's house. I think I was buying a bike off him. I think I was buying a XT250 off him, and I went to look at this bike. And I know him really well. I've known this guy for years and years. And he's a drinker, so he's really drunk a lot. And, you know, he's not a friend, he's just a guy who I've known for years. And anyway, this German Shepherd, it were off lead. And it come up path, and I saw it, and it come round like that. It went straight here. Just a minute, I'm going to turn this down. It come straight here to bite, and it got me there, and it bit once, let go, and it run off. And I think I did a bit of swearing, and I went, "Dog's just bit me." "Oh, I'm sorry," and he were apologising. But he were a damn fool, this guy. You know, really fool, because it were biting everyone. And this dog had already been passed on because it bit people. Now, a German Shepherd, to the comment, you know, that must be really horrific. You're a young guy, and a German Shepherd attacks you. Wow. And you know, they're so damn strong. You've seen the size of my dogs. my dogs, when I've put leads on them, and I'm talking when they were pups, when they were half size, they pull like a carabao, and the source a dog is very, very strong. You would actually underestimate a dog, even if you're a dog owner, right? You've never been attacked by a dog before. You would really underestimate how powerful a dog is. You know, I thought, oh, my feet's covered in damn ants. Oh, it's okay. It's going up my leg. Let me just get off. It's a tree ant. It's a big ant. And they bite. They're all on my leg. Just a minute. Get off. I don't know. Damn ants. Good job they're not fire ants. They're a lot smaller, but they pack a bigger punch. Right, there's another lorry. It looks like it's chicken lorry. Yeah, it's for chickens. So, poor chickens, if you like your chickens, that's where they come. That's what's going for chickens. Oh, it's not a chicken. It's sugarcane. Sugarcane lorry. So it's a sugarcane lorry. Can't see on this phone. It's up there somewhere. Can't see it on this phone. So horrific. You know, they're so damn powerful, a dog. Especially an Alsatian. You know, they are a big dog. And to be attacked by a dog, it's going to leave psychological. You know, it's going to be a bit psychological somewhere along the line. And it must be quite horrific to get attacked by dogs. I've done numerous videos about dogs before, and you know about rabies here in the Philippines. But you know, if you've ever been attacked by a dog, guys, we have to start to think, what can we do against these dogs? And full owners, I mean, don't get me wrong, some owners are the good owners. They just do not know what they've got, and they cannot handle that dog, what they actually do own. And they think they can, but a lot of them cannot. So you know what, you have to think, if you're in a place like Philippines, you have to think, wherever you are, you know, if you're walking in countryside and there's a lot of dogs, start to carry a walking stick. But like I said, it must be horrific that as a kid getting attacked by a dog. You know, and a lot of it can be prevented, it can be stopped by owner. But you know, you just never know. If a dog gets out and it attacks you, you just never know, do you? So my comment on that, wow, it's horrific. Like I said, it's no fun. You know, even if you're a man, you'd have a job, wouldn't you? So, you know, not much fun at all being attacked by these dogs. And you know my thoughts on these dogs. Right guys, I'm going to walk back to the house. I think we're on a Wednesday today. And will we get to Mercia today? I don't know. Today, tomorrow. We only go to Mercia. Let me move. We only go to Mercia about, you know, we have like 3 days off now, 2 or 3 days off. We only go twice a week. We only go when we need a bit of food. And normally that's what we do anyway. But we've knocked it down now to twice a week normally when we go to Mercia. So will we get to Mercia maybe? Right, I'm going back to the house. It's quite humid. So, you know, have a great day. Take care, God bless. You never know what's round the corner, and trouble can follow you. Right, it looks like the crop in the rice field, they actually started yesterday. But it looks like they've got the machine in now. So that's what's happening, look. Crop in the rice field.
Alright guys, so we've had a little walk down the railway line, and as you can see, you know, that's what's happening now. They're doing the crop in the rice field, which is quite nice because it gives them a nice bit of money. And here we are, look, that's the chicken lorry. So we've got the sugar cane, and we see that now 2 or 3 times a day. So they are actually cropping a lot of the chickens, and they're taking a lot of chickens. Now they'll actually be taking the chickens into Mercia, or to be slaughtered, then to be cleaned, and they'll go into the chicken shops, and they'll be sold in and around Mercia. So it looks like we've got Sleepyhead. I'll mention it now before I actually forget. The Mayon and the Tahal are the most dangerous volcanoes here in the Philippines, but the Canlaon, we're actually opposite the Canlaon, and it's the biggest volcano on the Philippines. And you know, like I said, we're getting quite a bit of trouble. Now I'm back at the house, as you can see, and what a lovely bit of rain, absolutely wonderful. You know, we really do need this rain, and how we actually get our water is by the neighbour next door. We go to their well Jovelyn does, and I normally carry it round, and then this is it, look. You know, lovely rainwater, so we rely on this rain boat, and you know, to give us water. So thank the Lord, you know, thank God we've got some lovely rain, and it'll, I don't know if you can hear the thunder and lightning outside, but you know, it's absolutely lovely when we get all this rain. It's really nice. And actually, I was working in the garden yesterday, and I was there 3 or 4 hours, and you can actually see now my string beans are coming along very nicely and growing. So I've got some lovely plants growing away there. I could do with some vegetables, to be honest. You know, I would like to grow a lot of broccoli. Now I'm looking at this plant. Can you remember this plant? It's an avocado. And what did I tell you? How it grows. And it's growing lovely. Now it's shooting 2 branches. See the V? So it's shooting 2 branches to the side. Hopefully it starts to fruit, because you know, I'm keeping this dwarf, so you know, I wish I'd got a big place to actually put that plant, because avocados are expensive, and you know, I would absolutely love a tree that produces a lot of avocado. How nice is that? Take care, God bless. Here from me.